This motherfucker probably coming. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Y'all got to understand that I've been chain smoking like a motherfucker. I've been smoking back to back like Drake during survival. I've never went live this early ever. So this is a state of emergency. I don't even think my people is up this early, but whoever gets up and get on this live, this is breaking news, y'all. And I told y'all just yesterday what I felt that the case was looking like. This is wow. This case ain't shit like I thought it was gonna be. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nobody say, oh, Jamil, you want Diddy to come home. Don't put this on me. Blame this on the government during survival. Salute to Dr. Sharice. Dr. Sharice, I'm up early in the morning, Dr. Sharice. You've never seen me up this early. I'm out looking at the damn earth because I cannot believe it. I got the phone call. People been reaching out to me. I am in the state of shock. But then I'm not shocked. I'm shocked, but then I'm not shocked. Because I was watching the same trial that y'all was watching. But when people come in and say, oh, y'all want to be deep Team Diddy, how am I Team Diddy? Because I'm telling you what is going on right now. I heard they made that last night. Yes, Harlem, last night. I wake up and I got a whole bunch of DMs. I've done been at the trial. I've looked Diddy in the back of his head and I looked at Diddy in his face during survival. You know what I'm saying? And the feds dropped three major, charges in this case. You know what I'm saying? In this sex trafficking case. Like the whole thing with Kid Cudi, they threw all of that out. The feds felt like, damn, we sorry, we didn't prove our case. You know what I'm saying? And that's all because the thing with Kid Cudi, nobody was there to actually be able to say that they actually saw Diddy inside of Kid Cudi's house. You know what I'm saying? That's just a hearsay. So they had to throw it out. And that's why I'm telling y'all, and I'm going to say this, I'm sorry, but this looks like this is going to end in a mistrial. This looks like it's going to end in a hung jury. I don't want nobody that follow me to not know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm seeing that's happening, what I saw that happen, I just spoke about this yesterday. I just spoke about this. You know what I'm saying? Two juries got kicked out. Anytime they start kicking out jurors, because we like, look, we don't know what they believe. We don't know if they feel if they working with us or if they working for him. You know what I'm saying? Like when things start looking messy like that, that's when it starts to look like a mistrial is coming. And then now the judge had to sit back and think about, the what was it, the Rule 29 or something? They filed for a Rule 29. The feds shouldn't have none to do with this. No, they were for money anyway. Right. I mean, they put too many charges that just didn't match. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if they would have charged Diddy with what we saw him do with our own eyes instead of it being like a rumor, it would have probably worked out if they would have charged him with, like assault, fucking, because this all looked like a domestic freak-off dispute. This looked like a whole freaky-ass case. They done found out Cassie said she loved the freak-offs. Jane Ho pretty much said, look, how much you think my body worth? She said that in the courtroom. And then you had Diddy's alleged drug mule. We find out that Brendan Paul wasn't even motherfucking drug mule. He was a nigga that was so high that he forgot that he had drugs on him and got on the plane. Then it wasn't even a whole lot of drugs. You know what I'm saying? The whole case looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the feds know the case looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they mess around and get in trouble for wasting taxpayers' money. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? They know that they spent all this money to get Diddy Glover, and then y'all didn't even have a case together. You know what I'm saying? You got to really say to yourself, no matter how much you know that Diddy is an awful person and how much you may not like him, but you got to say in your own you got to say to your own self, damn, throughout all these weeks, 36 witnesses, and all their stories sound like they don't match. A girl said she got dangled from the damn balcony, and then they found out it wasn't even the same day. The Diddy was somewhere totally different. You know what I mean? They can't convict you of some shit if it's coming out to be like, yo, I'm not even there. How you gonna give me a guilty verdict and a girl say I dangled her from a balcony, pure survival, and then come to find out they got receipts showing that I was somewhere totally different? That's crazy. They know they can't beat this. Salute to my baby in the building, pure survival. Good morning. You know what I mean? I'm up early in the motherfucking morning. I said I gotta go up to my people. I just told y'all this yesterday. You know what I mean? That's why I don't care if anybody got anything negative to say. Please don't even take them out the chat. Leave them there. Leave them there. So when the verdict is read, then they just gonna be looking real stupid. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to my people and try to say that it's a conspiracy. Well, it is a conspiracy. I do believe there's some shit behind this big time. I told y'all I think this is about money. This is about power. This is bigger than all of us in our opinions. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about if somebody try to spit a narrative that they dropped 3 big major charges, that the feds have something really, really great, a super bombshell, that they're going to send Diddy to jail for life. They was talking about he was looking at life. Now y'all throwing out motherfucking charges. The feds threw the charges out. The judge is not even the one who threw the charges out. The feds threw it out. The feds knew. You know what I'm saying? When the judge sit back, because you remember the judge had to make a decision of the Rule 29. Diddy got 7 lawyers. 7 lawyers that went to school for all of this, that knows all the rules and everything of what they can do in a Rico charge. These people are professional during survival. These aren't people that's just on YouTube talking. These are motherfuckers who really in law, that know law. You know what I'm saying? So if they can't prove that Diddy is a sex trafficker, then motherfuckers just need to accept it. Pure survival. It's not going to change the fact that we know that Diddy's a very freaky guy. We know Diddy is a mean, disgusting individual. But you can't give somebody life in prison for these are the underlying charges. Sex trafficking. The feds dropped 3 major charges. That's letting everybody know, I'm sorry we brought y'all all out here, but we can't even prove it our damn self. Pure survival. We can't prove it. We got to throw this out. I'm sorry, guys. I made us all look stupid. You know what I'm saying? But I want my people to know, if Diddy Glover get out, because I think Diddy is going to get out, y'all. Point blank, period. Once they say mistrial or hung jury, you know what the next thing people gonna say? Oh, he not gonna get bail. He not gonna get bail. Do you understand the reason why Diddy didn't get bail in the first place? Because they was looking at him as a flight risk. If the feds threw out 3 major violent charges, this is arson. They threw out the arson. They threw out the kidnapping. So they can't say, okay, he's a violent person. We can't let him out on bail. We're going to make him wait until the next trial. No, they're going to give him bail. And Diddy's gonna fight the second trial from the street. But the good thing is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going, like me and my lady going to go to the next trial. There's going to be another trial, but this time Diddy's going to walk in there with a suit on, and he's not going to have that motherfucking, he's not going to look like Diddy Glover. That's my part. That's what hurts my feelings. That Diddy's going to be able to get Beijing to dye his hair. Pure survival. I want him to still keep looking like Danny Glover. I'm not even going to be able to call him Diddy Glover no more. But you know what, Diddy Glover? If you do get out, I'm still going to call you Diddy Glover. Pure survival. Because I'm never going to forget how old you was looking the moment they locked you up during survival. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about this. The major liquor company, Diageo, all them people that Diddy sued and won, since they looked at this federal case and was like, damn, okay, we showed him. We made Diddy pay a price. We just wanted to fucking embarrass him, make him look stupid, make him look horny, disgusting, everything. All right, we made him pay a price. Now, feds, here, y'all can go drop some of this shit. Here go a check. Here go a check. Because trust and believe me, I'm thinking there's money behind this. This shit is bigger than Nino Brown. Y'all drug us all the way here for a whole, I'm thinking, where is the minors? They said it was minors. The girl said she went to a freak-off party and she saw little girls dressed up like Harajuku Barbie. Y'all remember that? Where is the little kids? That's why I started looking at this case funny. I'm like, damn, they told me it was kids, so I wanted the man to get life in prison. If you mess with a kid, I feel like you should never be free. But Diddy ain't got nothing to do with a kid in this goddamn case. Pure survival. These were grown motherfucking consenting adults. And then everybody think that it was some old crazy shit on the damn freak off tapes. Like none of y'all made a porn in your phone before. Pure survival. What you think the freak off tapes look like? It looked like Cassie, it looked like Jane Ho was doing a thing in them freak off tapes. That they were enjoying every minute of it. That's what the feds saw. What the feds was looking at was one of Diddy's porns. They wasn't looking at none of the Jane Does with a gun to their head. Bitch, suck it, goddammit, suck it. None of that. Everything they saw in the freak off tapes was what the girls wanted to happen to them. When they was watching Cassie get peed on, Cassie was drinking the motherfucker. She was licking. How are you going to expect a jury to look at that and say, oh, she's a victim? She don't want this to be happening, and she's drinking the pee-pee. Pure survival. Them freak-off tapes wasn't nobody being held hostage. You know what I'm saying? And then for them to come up there, it's like people freestyle. I was disappointed in this whole trial. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm, going into the courtroom and I'm listening to these people talk, I'm thinking they gonna have their shit together. Come to find out, it's like they was freestyling on a stand. Like they was making the shit up in the elevator as they going up. Look, okay, I'm gonna say that Diddy strangled me. None of this shit was adding up. And y'all don't think that, and when I started to see that this trial started going somewhere, like the first 2 weeks, I'm like, all right, we got him, he done. Man, once I started to see white America, shout out to white America, you know what I'm saying, by all my supporters in white America. Once I saw them start saying that they don't think that Diddy is going to be found guilty, that's when I said, fuck all that, pure survival. Those the motherfuckers who run the world. Once I started hearing them not being convinced, because you're going to have people saying, oh, he's going to be found guilty. Then you're going to have people saying, this is a whole trial where nobody knows what's going to happen. That's how you know that this is crazy. I knew for sure that Diddy Glover was going to be found guilty. At first, pure survival, the way they ran into his house, the way they ran into the house like the Planet of the Apes, Stevie J and his love and hip-hop facial expressions, he's sitting there looking like that. They done locked the kids up, King Kong, all of them. King Kong sitting out there. I don't know why they over here trying to lock up me and trying to lock up my dad. I don't understand why they trying to lock up my dad, because my dad didn't do nothing. and y'all want to take my dog, and y'all got me handcuffed, I lay on the ground, and then you got my sister on the side of the ground. You got the whole, they locked the kids up, everything. So I knew, I said, oh, Diddy is done. They went in his house and recovered so much shit. What did they recover? They closed, what is it? They did closing arguments yesterday. So they rest their case. The state rest their case, and then out of nowhere, Diddy Glover's defense team rested their case. Diddy's Glover's defense team should be still up there right now. Today they were supposed to do 2 days. They were so confident that this case was going to get thrown out or get a mistrial or some shit like that. They didn't even call a witness. Then you had people up there talking about, oh, the reason why they ain't got no witnesses is because nobody's there for Diddy. Pure survival. That's what happened when you go to jail. When you go to jail, you only going to have your kids. You're only going to have your mama, your mommy, or your daddy. You know what I'm saying? And maybe not your daddy, your mommy for sure. Pure survival. If she's still on the earth, she gonna be the one up for the bat for you, crying and everything else. Even if you guilty, your mom is still gonna be rocking with you. But all of your friends and people you thought was your friends and shit like that, they're not gonna be there for you. I've been to jail before. Pure survival. I know. And I was good to people on the street. But they didn't give a damn when I went to jail. People only give a fuck about what they can get from you when you're available. When you in jail, it's like out of sight, out of mind. So all of them loving people that you may think you have, go to jail and you're going to see how many people you really got. You know what I mean? But I don't even want y'all to take yourself through that. So don't think, because trust and believe me, if Diddy get out, watch how many rappers and all these people try to act like all the people that wasn't there for him. All the people that didn't even want to be associated with Diddy. They gonna be all talking about, oh, my boy Diddy home, da 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 da. It's gonna look weird as hell when you see these people that you know that wasn't even rocking with the nigga trying to act like now, oh, I knew you was gonna beat this case. No, the fuck you didn't. Pure survival. You didn't want nothing to do with me. Jay-Z, you better not say nothing if they let Diddy Glover out. Pure survival. You better not say a word. Cause you or Beyonce wasn't even thinking about Diddy. You went up and said you and Diddy wasn't even friends like that. Cause you didn't want to be associated or attached to Diddy. So if Jay-Z try to act like, oh, Diddy my friend now, I'm gonna say you, if you don't get your fake weird hairstyle having ass up out of here, pure survival, you weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? So this case was a, man, I'm sorry, y'all. I am so disappointed, man. I'm up early in the morning. 3 of Diddy's, smash that like button, everybody. Everybody smash that like button. This is breaking news. I've been chain smoking. You know, we spent all this money to go to this trial, you know what I'm saying, to bring my people, to bring y'all exclusive shit from the trial, spent all this money, which is cool because we're going to go to other trials and different things like that. But we wanted to bring y'all the real, raw, and uncut content. You know what I'm saying? But it was all a waste. This trial was nothing like I thought it was going to be. How the hell is Diddy Glover about to get released damn near? Because like I said, if he gets a mistrial, which that's what it looks like, a hung jury, they're not going to be able to say Diddy can't get a bail. They let Abercrombie and weird, scary face looking motherfucker, Abercrombie and Fitch, he got a damn bail. And he got a bail in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They made it like Diddy was a flight risk and he was trying to pay 10 million motherfucking dollars. They said, hell no. So I said, all right, good. Diddy must got minors in there. If they not trying to let him get bail, they got some horrible things on him. And then to come to find out this whole trial was based off of baby oil, drug addicts, a bunch of rich, horny drug addicts doing freaky, nasty things that they all consented to do. That's what this trial ended up becoming. You know what I mean? And then you got a girl up there, Jane Doe. These are all Diddy's ex-girlfriends. Ex-girlfriends. I'm like, where are the victims that were snatched up and thrown in the van and motherfucker pull off? You know what I'm saying? Where are the sex? Do you know what sex trafficking is? That I thought it was? I thought that you take somebody and you sex traffic them. They're a victim. They duct tape. You throw them inside a trunk. Not a whole bunch of motherfucking exes that's mad. How many of y'all got exes that's gonna say nothing but good things about you? Pure survival. We all got some exes that's gonna talk some mean shit and try to say all these horrible things about us, but they was down with us when they was down with us. You know what I mean? They was doing everything that we wanted them to do. And that's how you look at on Facebook. You see how you got females that'll be up there, oh, that's my baby daddy. I love him. He do so much for me. He the best man I ever been with. Look at her Facebook when them two going through something. Pure survival. Now she talking about him. He horrible. He gave me herpes. Pure survival. His feet stink. His breath stink. You know what I mean? He ain't got no money. He broke. He poor. Look how Remy talking about Pat Poos. And Pat Poos, that was supposed to be black love and all of this type of shit. Now people talk about you like a dog when it don't work out. And that's all they doing with Diddy. Diddy paid for that girl's lawyer. Jane Ho lawyer was paid by Diddy Glover. Pure survival. He's still paying the girl's rent. How are they going to be able to prove that she's a victim at all? I feel like she messed the damn case up. She messed the case up. Jane Ho, the Fed's case was so messed up, they was calling people up there that's not even close to a victim. Motherfucking Dawn was terrible. Dawn from Danny the King. I'm like, what did Dawn even go for? Dawn, you should have set your ass down. Pure survival. They proved that Dawn was trying to get back with Diddy to get signed to Diddy in 2020, what, 423? After she said he did all these horrible things. Y'all don't think that the jury is human beings just like us? If it's 50 people, it's 600 people in here right now. If 300 saying we think that it's going to be a mistrial, we think he's not guilty, then the other three saying guilty. You know what I'm saying? How can that be beyond a reasonable doubt when we all confused? This not our fault, y'all. I don't blame nobody in the chat for feeling like he was gonna be found guilty. I don't blame nobody in the chat that's feeling like he gonna get a mistrial, cause it's not our fault. The government convinced us all that Diddy was signed, sealed, delivered. I thought they found all kinds of shit in that house. Pure survival. But what did they find? You know what I'm talking about? A bunch of baby oil? Where are the minors? Where are the people tied up with the tennis balls in their mouth? Where Oprah? Where is Stedman? Free Stedman. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I didn't get it from this case, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, I tried everything. I went off on Diddy Glover in the Jamie Foxx situation. I still think Diddy did something to him. I still think Diddy did something to Justin Bieber. I still think Diddy did something to Usher. Pure survival. But how can we prove it if Justin Bieber ain't saying nothing? If motherfucking Usher ain't saying nothing? Pure survival. How can we prove it? You know what I mean? If you got the actual supposedly victims, none of them stepped up and said Diddy did a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So they all kept their mouth shut. So then where is our case at? Oh, okay, his 3 girlfriends. You know, and then it's like Kid Cudi whole testimony was thrown out. Kid Cudi probably like, motherfucker, I could have stayed home. Pure survival. They was never able to prove that that Diddy was inside of Kid Cudi's house eating motherfucking Christmas cookies and drinking milk during survival. You know what I'm talking about? Because one of the girls said that Diddy did it. Then they checked the fingerprints. It was a female's fingerprints. Now, Diddy might have hired Jane Doe or one of them, because y'all know this was all about money, pure survival. They all wanted money from the motherfucker. They wanted to marry the man. I wish I would. Let one of my daughters tell me, oh, you want to marry the motherfucker, but you told me he beat you up. You told me he did all these horrible things to you. How is this girl on the stand still talking about, I love him, I'm in love with him? You in love with me, bitch. You got me in this motherfucker. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? You in love with me, and you're saying this in front of a jury. How can someone that's supposed to be a victim, victimized by this man that's sitting right here, and the alleged victim is saying they still in love with him? Y'all keep thinking that this mental shit gonna work. I mean, what was the mental shit they were saying? Oh, that's when a victim is still like traumatized mentally, da da da. Sit that bullshit down. That's like if motherfucking what's that boy name? Ryan Kohlberger killed 4 innocent college students. Pure survival. I will jump in the river if they let Ryan Kohlberger be able to plead insanity. That's like pleading insanity, saying, okay, I killed 4 people, but I'm not guilty. I'm just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So these girls was fucking and sucking, and they could just say, well, I was just mentally disturbed. So you can just go commit a crime and just say, hey, I was just fucked up in the head. I'm not guilty. That's crazy. No, these were grown people. Jane Ho was in her 30s. Pure survival. Only one that was close to a victim to me was Cassie, and that's only because Cassie was 19. But when 11 years went by, Cassie was 21, Cassie was 22, Cassie was 25. She was a grown-ass adult. And then she was sleeping with Kid Cudi. She was sleeping with the damn the workout motherfucker she married, Pure Survival. Cassie was making all kinds of different artists' wieners disappear. And she was getting her cheeks clapped and ordering sex workers, her and Jane Ho, when Diddy wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? The reason why everybody just wanted to be with one verdict, Diddy's guilty, send him to the moon. Because we all know that Diddy is a mean fucking, like, we know that he's a horrible person for real, for real. But what messed this up for him to get any, like real time for what he really done, they charged him with shit that's not sticking. They charged him with a RICO, saying that Bad Boy Records, ever since I was a little kid, it was organized crime. So it was organized crime. So when I'm sitting there at the skating range dancing and shit, you know what I mean? Talking about I'm going back to Cali. They were running a drug organization, Pure Survival? No. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, they can prove that Diddy was buying prostitutes. So what? You know how many motherfuckers in Vegas buying prostitutes? You know what I mean? You got prostitutes that get attitudes that approach you in Vegas. I remember I told my woman, she upstairs sleep, Pure Survival. I had a prostitute stomping her feet at me. She looking at me talking about, come here. I'm like, what the fuck? These prostitutes, these sex workers are aggressive, Pure Survival. She talking about, come here. I'm like, hell no. You think I'm gonna go walk to my death voluntarily, Pure Survival? She's getting the attitude because I won't get up and walk to her. I'm like, that pussy got to be bad anytime you trying to tell the client to come here. And you don't even know me. You know what I mean? They trying to force herpes on you out there in Vegas. Pure Survival, why ain't they going to jail? You know what I'm talking about? You can buy some pussy for 25 cents in Vegas. So like I said, y'all, I believe if Diddy get found guilty, he's going to get found guilty. Now we know for sure it's going to be for the smaller charges. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to be a mistrial and a hung jury. But if he does get found guilty of something, they aren't even the serious charges. Do y'all understand that prostitution does not carry a bunch of time? You know how many, and I'm sorry, white America, I'm sorry, but y'all know this. How many of them white dudes that be driving, them older white dudes that drink beer, that be driving them trucks, spinning the block, buying motherfucking pussy, Pure Survival? You know what I'm talking about? On a daily basis. And they are not getting a whole bunch of time. When you get arrested for prostitution. And they like, well, prostitution carried 10 years of federal prostitution. Guess what? Diddy is not going to get the maximum time for prostitution. He still has a 0 record. As much as a monster and horrible Diddy is, I just want to let y'all know, Diddy's never been in jail before. This is his first time ever being in jail. So as of right now, Diddy doesn't have a criminal record. Out of all the criminal things that we know or we believe and we feel strongly that he done, because I know that he done did some shit, you know what I mean, and got away with it, you know, he doesn't have it on his record, y'all. He has a 0 record. And when you get sentenced, they have to go by the guideline chart, whether you state or federal. I told y'all, I did 4.5 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? At the age of 24, I had a 0 record. I didn't have no juvenile record, nothing. And I didn't have a drug charge. You know what I mean? I didn't have a home invasion or arson, none of that type of shit. Somebody put their hands on me, and it was 4 dudes against me. Just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? And it escalated, and I ended up getting a 1 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I got that part of my life over, but I understand and know what the system is like. You know what I'm saying? They're going to tell you, look, you're going to get, and you know what they told me at the age of 24? They said I was looking at 30 years. I got charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. Felony 1, aggravated assault, that's with the weapon. Felony 2, aggravated assault, is causing seriously bodily injury. So they said, Jamil, if you plead guilty to felony 2, causing seriously bodily injury, that only carries 10 years. Felony 1 with the weapon carries 20. So they said I was looking at 30 years. I ended up doing 11.5 months in the county. And I walked 5 years of probation and got resentenced, you know what I mean, for a hot urine. I ended up doing 2 years in state prison for a hot piss test. Pure survival. That's how the system works. That's why I don't want my young people out there making mistakes and get yourself in that system, because it's a $1 billion business. You know what I'm saying? It's all about money at the end of the day. They don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So young people, stay out of trouble. You know, it's not worth it. You know, and I hope that this is a lesson for Diddy if he does get out. You can't keep treating people awful like you were. You were very horrible towards people. Whether these people wasn't victims or not, you were horrible. You done slapped soccer coaches. You done did all of these things. But they were past the statute of limitation. If people would have fucking came forward and told on his ass a long time ago, Diddy would have been got to learn his lesson. He would have been know to keep his motherfucking hands to himself. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? But they done came years later and then hit him with a Rico charge, which is a John Gotti type of thing, and they can't prove it. They can't prove that Diddy was sex trafficking people. We know that he's a horny, sick individual. We know he was paying men to have sex with his girlfriends and recording it and choking his chicken with a goddamn ninja mask in the corner, choking his dingling, recording it. Pure survival. They have the receipts. We know he paid for it. Da 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 da. That means nothing. All that means is we can prove that he was doing prostitution. But we can't prove that he's a sex trafficker. I care about the kids, y'all. Where are the kids at? They said that Diddy was supposed to be trafficking kids. How come I don't see no damn kids? How did the damn state do closing arguments, rest their case, and they have never showed nothing to do with a kid? This lets it be known, y'all, they don't have what we thought that they had. And it ain't nobody's fault. It ain't none of our fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? In a way, I don't even know if I want to blame the state, because they was watching everything on YouTube like we was. You know what I'm saying? And then they got people going to them saying, hey, Diddy tied me up in the basement, and he, you know what I mean? You had bodyguards that said that Diddy R-worded them, men. And you ain't see one man on the stand that said that Diddy did anything to him. They were all lawsuits. Everybody was trying to get money. You know what I mean? Ryan, what is it? Tony Brevstein, he said that there was 100, 300, 1,000 victims. How was it only 3? And me being real and keeping it real with y'all, people will look and say, oh, you standing up for Diddy. No, I'm standing up for what the fuck I've been seeing. Pure survival. I'm not blind. I'm speaking on what I saw in this whole trial. And what I saw in this whole trial was nothing but a bunch of freaky ass sex, and girls still talking about they love Diddy up to this day. How you gonna love somebody that did some horrible things to you? I'll never understand that. You can't make me feel like, oh, that's just a mental thing. No, absolutely not. These people was living luxury and all this type of shit and was willing and down to do what Diddy wanted them to do. So I'm sorry, man. I thought I was gonna be able to look at them as victims, but I can't. It ain't nothing that can make me get up here and lie to y'all and say I got a chance to see a damn victim. You know what I mean? But like I said, rest in peace to Kim Porter. Rest in peace to anybody that was connected, that was around Diddy, Biggie, Tupac, everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But them people that was calling themselves victims and shit, and the girl, she getting Diddy paying $10,000 as we speak right now for Jane Ho's rent. None of us knew until this trial that one of the supposedly victims, Diddy was paying for her lawyer. How am I paying for your lawyer and you're up here supposed to be testifying against me? How am I paying $10,000 a month? And I've been in jail for like, what, 9, 10 months? And I've been paying your rent this whole time? How can you convince somebody that that is a victim? If she was a victim, she wouldn't even want his money. Pure survival. I know real victims back in my day. If somebody did something to you, it was like, fuck your money. You hurt me. You harmed me. You know what I'm saying? How you still living lavishly off of my money, and then we supposed to convince the jury that this girl is a victim. And then she said in the courtroom, she getting smart with the judge. That girl was getting smart with the judge, all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? She messed the case up. Dawn messed the case up. The girl who said she got dangled like vanilla ice from a balcony, she messed the case up. Her time zone wasn't even the right time zone. Did he dangle me on this day? Come to find out the nigga was on a vacation somewhere totally different. Had the receipts for it. So this is breaking news, y'all. I'm up early in the morning. I'm like, wow. The feds dropped 3 charges. Arson, kidnapping, I forget the other one. Like, that's crazy, y'all. That's pretty much saying, look, we don't have a case. And they've been saying this for the longest. Well, not for the longest, for the last at least week after listening to people. Damn, we don't even got a case. So I can't get up here and lie to y'all like some other people will get up here and say, oh, he's done. This is a plan. The feds dropped 3 charges and Diddy's still going to get life. Then as soon as they say mistrial or hung jury, people going to start saying, oh, but they not going to let him out on bail. With a 0 record, with 3 charges dropped, which he's not a flight risk. Now he won't become a flight risk anymore. So, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when they denied his bail 3 times, and they denied all of the mistrials, everybody felt like they're going to keep denying everything with Diddy. They never thought that Diddy was going to get one goddamn break out of this whole situation. Pure survival. That Diddy's not going to get one win. He ain't going to think he's going to get one win in this shit. That they're gonna approve something. You got to be crazy. After what they presented up there, like what this case became, none of the stuff that I thought this case was going to be like ended up being like. And then you got the Punisher, every male sex worker that Diddy hired and paid money that they could prove. That's only prostitution, y'all. It's not a lot of time. But all the males said that when they were sleeping with Jane Ho and sleeping with Cassie, that none of them looked like they were victims. The male sex workers said, even the Punisher said on the stand that he didn't think that Cassie seemed like she was a victim. She didn't seem like she was scared. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be have a gun to your head. You gotta be a knife to your throat. You better fuck. You better suck. They wasn't able to prove none of that, and then all of the girls was able to leave. They all was able to leave. And if Diddy was going to kill Cassie or try to kill her, don't you think he would have did that with all the time she kept going and sneaking and fucking other dudes? Pure survival. If a dude gonna unalive you, he gonna unalive you for giving up that vagina. Real, giving up that kitty cat. Trust and believe me. I done seen some dudes that was ready to end it all, shoot everybody in the goddamn barbecue over a monster. She may look like a monster, but to him, she got that snappy nappy dugout. That snappy nappy dugout? Yeah, that snappy nappy dugout. And he ready to kill over that motherfucking kitty cat. Pure survival. Dudes ain't playing over that. And women know how powerful they motherfucking sex is. Motherfuckers know to be wide open. So if he gonna kill her, he would have been for her cheating with other dudes because he was sleeping with other females and boys. And Diddy, when you get out, sir, if you get out, right, you need to live in your truth. Like I said, stop treating people horrible. I know you're going to, though. You're going to know better than the fuck now. Because the feds still going to be watching you. They're going to be watching you. Because if you get off on this, oh, they're going to be watching you. You see what they did to O.J. Simpson? Pure survival. O.J. beat that case, but look what happened. Motherfucker went to go get baseball cards, and they gave his ass 30 years for that. Pure survival. So don't just think because, oh, Diddy, okay, he's off the hook. No, the feds going to watch his every move after this. They don't like to lose. They're going to be like, all right, with them, let that motherfucker slip up one time. We're going to get him with something that's really going to stick. So Diddy going to be walking on thin freak off ice when he get out. If he get out. Thin freak off ice. The feds is going to be watching him like a fucking hawk. You know what I'm saying? But Diddy, you just need to get you a boyfriend. You need to get you a boyfriend. Ain't no man, straight man, right? No disrespect to the LBG, because the LBG community will agree with me. Gonna wanna watch another man have sex with a woman, with their woman, with any of that, if they're not bisexual. There is no way. You know what I'm saying? So we know that you are. So I feel like you need to live in your truth. None of the sex workers, none of the male sex workers told on you. It was all your ex-girlfriends. Shouldn't that tell you you might well get you a boyfriend, pure survival? None of the guys told on you. All the guys that came out and said that Diddy did shit to him, none of them was on the stand and said that Diddy did anything to him. All they said was, hey, we had sex with Cassie and Jane Ho, and they didn't look like victims. So they took up for you. So you need to get you a motherfucker boyfriend. You know what I mean? Get you two men, all y'all get buck ass naked, feed each other grapes, play with each other's wieners, whatever you want to do, Diddy Glover. but you need to live out your motherfucking LBG fantasy. And you can't do it the way you did it this time. You know what I'm saying? Diddy, go viral. Come out and tell the world you about to get married to a boy. That'll put you back in the game, Diddy Glover. Pure survival. If Diddy come out and say, look, I got a fiance. I met him in the what they call it? The what's the name of that jail that he at? The DMC. Look, my woman always talking about the DMC or whatever. What is it, sweetheart? What is the name of the prison that Diddy at? The jail, the federal law joint. The DMC. The Ron DMC. Diddy just need to get him a boyfriend, man. And get this whole freaky shit arrest if you're gonna involve any women. Yes, the MDC, get you a boyfriend, Diddy, because we know you know, we know what it is already. That's one thing. If they let you out, you ain't never gonna be able to hide your sexuality in none of your music videos. We don't give a damn how many females faces you dance in. Talking about take that, take that, take that. No, we know you want to take that, take that, take that. We know that. You can't dance your way out of that. You know what I'm saying? But 3 major charges, guys. 3 major federal charges. The feds dropped. And I'm just going to tell y'all, I think this is going to end in a mistrial or a hung jury. Pure survival.